The first case study that we want to take a look at is the H&M boutique law firm scenario case study. And what this is, both of these case studies, these are fictitious case studies that I developed, and they are new businesses that are sending out requests for proposals for IT consulting firms to plan, design, and set up new networks for their new businesses. So with the H&M boutique law firm and with the other case study, you'll notice that in the resources tab, I do have downloadable resources. So the actual case study, which you see here, you can download it as both a PDF and a Word document. Now, I did it as both a PDF and a Word document because you can take the Word document and you can go ahead and edit that and put notes directly into it. You can't do that with a PDF. So I decided to make both of them for you so you could download whichever one you want. And also at the bottom of each case study embedded, you'll see the actual office layout plan where you would do your network design. I also have that as a separate downloadable file as well, so you can download that as well. Now let's go ahead and let's get into the actual scenario, and let me go ahead and let me zoom in a bit on this so it's easier to read. So with this scenario, I'm not going to go through it in a very fine level of detail. What I want you to do is take time to read through this, and once you've read through this, we'll go through, and when the next video we'll be doing an analysis of this, and we'll be going through some actual student submissions when I taught this course as a group project at the university level to undergraduate students. And so I'm going to pull some of the better final proposals, and we're going to go through those to give you an idea of the level of work that they went through, and also the type of designs that they came up for their network design, to give you an idea of what you should be thinking about when you're doing these case studies yourself if you want to do it on your own. So everything we talked about in this class, where we talked about planning and designing the network and putting it together, that's what we're going to do in here, and you're going to get an idea of what some actual groups of students did as undergraduate students that were business students that were brand new to computer networking when they started this course. And at the end of the semester, they were able to put together a really fine and detailed and quality business proposal and network design for a fictitious business. So let's go ahead and let's get started. So in this scenario, in a nutshell, we have two young aspiring lawyers, and they were working for one of the big law firms in Los Angeles, and they decided they wanted to go out and start their own boutique law firm to cater to upcoming small businesses in downtown Los Angeles. So they went out and they rented a small office space, and now they're sending out requests for proposals to different IT consulting firms to design a network for them. And what they did in this scenario is they came up with a list of business requirements that they need. And we'll go through these quickly, but again, I do want you to go through these on your own as well. So print this out and go through it, and then when we do the analysis, you can take notes. So the first business requirement is that they want wireless access for their business clients in their waiting room, but they don't want their business clients to be able to access their internal business network, meaning their servers, their own files, and their desktops, and their printers, and so forth. Both of the owners of the business, they're going to require their own desktop computer that's networked in their offices. They plan to hire both a receptionist and a paralegal, and they're both going to need computers. So the receptionist is going to be at a receptionist desk, so they're going to go ahead and they're going to need a desktop. Now, for the paralegal, they don't have dedicated office space for the paralegal, so the paralegal is going to be roaming throughout the office in the conference room / law library in the receptionist area, and also be working in their offices when the offices are open as well. So they're going to need that person to have a laptop, and they're going to need to have an internal wireless network for that person as well, in addition to the wireless network for their clients. Now, they also are stating that they're going to handle a lot of sensitive and critical information because they are lawyers. So they want to make sure that they have a secure centralized file server to access this information, and they want to make sure that it's secure on there. So they want to make sure that only the firm employees have access to get into that, and also to log in to any of the firm computers. So they want strict login and access control policies. So that's telling us that they need a file server, and they also need an authentication server. Now, they're also stating that they're going to be doing research and they'll be on the internet on a regular basis, so they want to make sure that they have fast and reliable but affordable internet connection. And they're also stating that they're going to be printing a lot of material, so they're requesting that they have a centralized high-speed laser printer in the receptionist area that everybody can print to, and that they have their own personal printers in their offices as well. Now, they are stating that the information within their business is a very critical key asset to the company. So they want to make sure that their data is backed up on a regular basis. And they want to make sure that if any device fails on the network, whether it's a network device or the server, that they're able to bring the network back up fairly quickly. So they don't want work stoppages. And if there are any work stoppages, they want them to be very minimal. So they're stating that they need an adequate level of redundancy and fault tolerance built within their network design. And because they are a small firm and they are strapped for cash, they have limited financial resources. So they're stating to keep the overall cost of this design and plan and build out of their network to $10,000 or less. So that's the HandM Boutique Law Firm. Like I said, print this out and go through it yourself. And what we'll be doing in the next video, and maybe the next 2 or 3 videos, depending upon the level of analysis, is we are going to go through and analyze this and go through some submissions that my groups of students did when I taught this course at the university level.